Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm going to be able to help you all with any problems you might have.
This just in. Meghan Markle, one of Hollywood's biggest losers, is too busy fending off lucrative brand deals left, right, and center, but apparently isn't too busy to be doing this.
Teams that have helped make 2023.
I am seriously starting to think that Meghan and Harry are stuck in some kind of time loop, a hamster wheel of sorts, that they just can't or won't get off of. How many times this year alone have we heard of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Hollywood comeback? How many magazine covers, titles, articles have been plastered on the news telling us of this seemingly non-existent, perpetually in the making comeback? And I'm sorry, doesn't a comeback imply that you previously had made it in some capacity in Hollywood? Prince Harry has always just been a prince, and Meghan Markle is a failed Hollywood actress. Hollywood rejected her. Why else do you think she was so quick to take the prince and run back to live out the dream that she was never able to live out before she met him? I don't know if this is some sort of crazy manifestation thing going on. We all have heard how Meghan is really big on manifesting. I mean, apparently she manifested her marriage to Harry, so I guess it worked out for her in that way. And we can't blame her for trying it again and again. But like I said, this is verging on the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Now, apparently, Hollywood's biggest losers are actually fending off lucrative deals left, right, and center. The Hollywood Reporter and Kitson and South Park and Family Guy and all of us, YouTubers and the media and commentators, we've all got it wrong. But then again, Harry and Meghan have got it wrong. Or maybe I should say they're close sources, they're friends, because didn't we just hear that they are now blaming the royal family for blocking said deals? These lucrative deals like Dior that Meghan is supposedly fending off, and it's coming at her from every angle. WME have seen nothing like it. Somehow, we've gone from them being blocked and blacklisted by the royal family to the exact opposite in the space of a few days, no less. You see what I mean by, I'm starting to actually worry about their perception of reality. I mean, we've always known that the way they view the world is very warped, which is ironic given that Prince Harry said he wanted to show young people of the Commonwealth, of which I am a member of, I am a young person in the Commonwealth, how to view the world in the correct sense, rather than in a distorted way. Well, maybe you should start with yourself and your wife, mister. Get a load of this. Harry and Meghan are in extremely high demand, says one source, Meghan, noting that the duo are being courted for speaking engagements, business collaborations, and entertainment gigs. I'm guessing the Clevr Blends cameo qualifies as an entertainment gig, possibly the only gig that Meghan decided to accept because she's an investor in said company and probably wants to up its stocks and its sales because, they don't exactly have a very good track record considering they were pulled up for traces of lead, actual poison, in their coffee only 2 years ago. And that's aside from the fact that the same business, has been linked to a Chinese state linked to genocide. In all honesty, I saw the cameo. Initially, when I saw the screenshots, I thought it was a fake. I thought it was an AI-generated image. But when I saw the cameo, I kind of tried to see it from an objective point of view. And I was like, look, it's not the most offensive thing ever if, and it's a big if, she had starred or co-starred in it as Meghan Markle. But she's not. And I'm not just saying that out of thin air. The promo for this business has been unabashedly using her title, the Duchess of Sussex, to promote it. I thought that one of the conditions of Megxit, or the Sandringham Summit, was that the duo wouldn't commercialize their royal titles. And that's aside from the HRH title, isn't it? Or am I getting it all wrong? Again, hello, when are these titles going to be reviewed, considering that they're clearly misusing them to this very day, despite professing their desire to reconcile and get back into the royal fold? Never mind all the destruction and chaos they've caused. We should all forget about it because Meghan and Harry said we should. There's also the fact that she's not exactly behaving in a way that is becoming of a duchess. Again, if she were doing this as Meghan Markle, whatever, you want to be dorky and, I don't know, funny, you want to tap into your non-existent comedic side, go ahead. It's a free country, you're not hurting anyone. Well, you are hurting people if you've still got lead in your products, by the way. I'm fairly certain they've taken care of that, but that is not a good look. Despite their very turbulent year, I mean, this has definitely been their worst year yet, their annus horribilis. According to the second source, Meghan's team has been turning down offers left and right. They've actually been shocked by how popular she is, says the source. Her team has never seen anything like it. Remember that time loop, the hamster wheel that I referenced earlier? I mean, lady, everyone is waiting. These projects have been in the making and behind the scenes and, just being announced for over a year by now. It reminds me of Archetypes. It's like it started off meant to be this, Harry and Meghan podcast, this royal podcast. It's going to break records and they're going to give a voice to the voiceless. They're going to platform the people who have stories to inspire us all. And then we waited and we waited and we waited. And all we got was a flop. And I'm getting the same vibes here. I mean, that's all Meghan and Harry are, really. Meghan in particular. She's just all talk and absolutely zero walk. Well, Meghan has an answer for everything, doesn't she? It's apparently because she wants to focus on philanthropy and giving back. And then they reference Archewell, which makes me think this is an obvious clapback at everyone saying, wow, Archewell is really tanking. I mean, I made a whole video about it. I'm sure you've all already heard about it from other sources as well. Archewell is really not doing too well, especially when you consider its donations have dropped $11 million in 1 year. I mean, that's not exactly the hallmark of a thriving charity or a foundation, is it? Never mind the fact that she only works 1 hour a week. And that's what she put down on paper for her tax filings. We don't even know if that's true. We know people like her, especially, love to fluff themselves up and, talk themselves up. Is it really 1 hour, or is that just the best case scenario? But let's play her game. If you're only spending 1 hour a week on your philanthropic efforts, which are tied to Archewell, according to this article, because some people might say, well, maybe she's doing things elsewhere. No, she referenced Archewell. Then what are you doing with the rest of the... Wait, let me just do some quick math. What are you doing with the rest of your 167 hours every week, Meghan? If you're too busy focusing on your philanthropic side, where you think part of the gig is decking yourself in millions of dollars worth of jewelry, thousands of dollars worth of clothing as you conduct said philanthropic efforts. And again, I know I've said this before, but I thought the royals were blocking everything. So which is it? Do they really think people are that stupid? Wait, no, don't answer. Yes, they do, because they're projecting. And I've already made a video called The Fool, explaining why exactly they behave so foolishly. Another thing we're hearing a lot on repeat is the notion that they're done with the royal family. They're ready to move on. Is that why you keep putting it out in the news? You keep trying to manifest an invitation to Sandringham? Or your desire to live out your dream of a half-in, half-out life, 4 months in the UK in Kensington Palace and 8 months in the US, doing whatever you please, which probably involves monetizing all of the time that you spent in the UK gathering information about your family members? I mean, why else would they want to live part-time here and there? Why do you want to keep going back and forth? I thought the UK was racist and dangerous, where you cannot visit or exist without armed police security. Why on earth, if that's true, if the UK really was that horrible to your wife, if that was the first place that she had ever experienced racism, as she alleges, a woman from LA, why do you want to come back? Why would you want to live in some place so horrible? Why would you want to subject your children to such an allegedly atrocious place? I mean, he's telling us himself with his own words that nothing happened to them in the UK. The only thing that happened is that Meghan understood that she will never be the boss, that she will always play second fiddle to Catherine, always walk behind her, always curtsy to her, and she couldn't stomach that. She couldn't stomach the idea of Catherine being queen. I truly believe that a huge component as to why Meghan had to leave the UK and refuse to assimilate into the royal family is because she couldn't stomach Catherine being higher up in the hierarchy. And the way I see it, that's where the story starts and ends. Meghan simply didn't get her way. That's the worst that the UK did to Meghan. But let's play this game that the royal family is actually blocking everything for them. Then again, it really begs the question, why do you want to go back to a family that is apparently so vindictive and vicious that they would block your livelihood, block commercial deals? They're saying that Dior was apparently blocked by the royal family because only when Meghan announced her impending deal with Dior did Camilla start wearing Dior, and Dior decided, oh, okay, well, we're going to work with the Queen instead. And only when Meghan was interested in Dior did the actress that plays Kate Middleton in The Crown become the face of it. So Meghan literally thinks that these are all signs that the royal family is conspiring with Dior against her. Or at least that's the narrative that's been put out there. I don't know if Meghan actually thinks that way, but knowing what I know about her, it checks out. Now look, Meghan and Harry can live in their delusions and their dreamland for as long as they want. You know, if they don't want to get out of this time loop, if they want to keep running this hamster wheel of, you know, a comeback, we're moving on from the royals, we're fending off brand deals left, right, and center, but no, the royals are blocking everything for us, but no, the UK is racist, but we love it and we want to live there. If they want to drive themselves crazy in this loop, by all means. They're both adults, they can do whatever they like. We know the drill. I mean, this is just a dime a dozen, another article in a sea of articles proclaiming the same thing. So it's really starting to wear thin. But what I have a problem with is their insistence that they can just, you know, slither their way back into the royal family whenever they please. I mean, at the end of this article here, it literally says that Harry was pleased he connected with his father. This is over the birthday call that they leaked to the public. And he and Meghan want to have more contact with the royal family as 2024 unfolds. They're hoping things heal with time. And that's what bothers me. They have caused all these wounds that they are now professing they're hoping they would heal with time. You caused these wounds. You inflicted them. And yet you just want to go back whenever it suits you, establish contact after you dumped all over the family, William and Catherine in particular, but also King Charles himself and Queen Camilla. You want everyone to just pretend that none of that matters because you've decided that it doesn't. The only thing that matters to them is when they're attacked. And I use the word attacked loosely because we all know that almost everything out there, at least in the media, I don't know what the trolls on X or Twitter are saying. And I don't condone any actual hate and bullying directed at Meghan and Harry's way. But we all know that most of it is constructive criticism, calling out their bad behavior. But when that happens, that is out of line. That is racist. Meghan fears for her life. She's crying on Netflix. And yet they expect the royal family to just welcome them back like nothing happened. And that's it. That's all I have to say, I think. Hope you like the festive Christmas get-up that I put on in honor of the holidays. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a very happy holiday season. If you celebrate it, then Merry Christmas. I don't think you'll be seeing me before Christmas after this video. I hope you all have a wonderful time with your nearest and dearest, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Until then.